Hi there, I'm Simon and welcome back to Photobite Kids. In this photo challenge for kids aged between 5 and 15 years old, we've got something a little bit different, something a little bit more abstract for you to think about, and that is sound. Now, how do you photograph sound? Very tricky. Easy with video because you've got microphones, things like that. But what we really want you to do with this photo challenge is to capture images that represent sound or make you think of sound. So perhaps it's your brother or your sister or a friend playing their favourite musical instrument, or maybe it's somebody singing their heart out, or maybe somebody making loads of noise on pots and pans like a set of drums or something like that. So have a think about how you might represent sound with your pictures and try and show something different, something unusual and something clever with your pictures too. So yeah, get stuck in, get your creative juices flowing and show us what you can do. As ever, we have our trusty photographic expert, Professor Gardner, on hand to give you a few tips and tricks, and I think with this one you may need a little more than usual. It's a quite tricky challenge, this one. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Professor Gardner, and here he is.
Thanks, Simon. So yeah, today we'll be looking at how to photograph for sound. But how would you do that? Well, it's actually quite easy if you think about it. You're just photographing a sound being made. So here I have a balloon, I blow that up, and I'm going to photograph myself about to pop it. And what that does is it makes the viewer get that sound in their head of a balloon being popped. And that's it. That's what I've done. I've managed to make them think of a sound when looking at a photo. I'm going to try a few different things just to show you what you can do, and it's actually quite easy, so you might find this one really fun. So I've got my balloon and I've got my pen, got my phone set up on a timer, and I'm just going to do a little pose of me about to pop the balloon but not actually popping it. So let's give it a go. Right, here we go. I think that was it. Yeah. So we're getting some good images out of there. It's interesting how they're coming out. But yeah, so that's just a very simple one. That sounds really weird. That's just a really simple one that you can do with a balloon. Now we need to try and find something else. All right, you guys ready? Are you ready for this? Ow, that hurt my ears. Okay, we're gonna pretend that I'm gonna bang it. That should do it. Yeah, that came out alright. Pretty happy with that actually, so yeah. So we've got sound number 2 down. Now we need to try and figure out sound number 3. Sound number 3. Sound number 3, we're going to do a few, we're actually going to use our hands. We're actually going to use anything but our hands. So we can do this without needing anything but our hands. Right, the first one to do is really blurry. It's just clapping. Let's see how that comes out. And then the next one. So I think we got our shots. So those are the 3 that we just did. So we've used a balloon, we've used a spoon, a wooden spoon, and a pan. And then we've just used our hands. So you can see you really can just use anything in the home to create the sound. But remember, you're not actually making the sound unless you have to. You're just photographing the sound being made, and that'll get you the result that you're after. But we can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I love to see what you submit, what you've been using to create the sound. Make sure you send them in, and don't forget to use the hashtags so that we see them. If you don't use a hashtag, we can't see them. And as always, my name's Luke, this is Photobite, and we'll see you next time.